In this video, we'll be discussing the current gas price surge and how to cope with it. So, if you're worried about rising gas prices, watch this video until the end, to learn some methods to deal with the situation a bit better. Here's the problem. Fuel costs are rising dramatically all over the world, and it's beginning to have a negative impact on family budgets. This is no joke. We all understand that if fuel costs become too high, then some families won't be able to sustain themselves long-term. Prices will continue to rise and make it harder for people to lead healthy lives. Americans are feeling the pinch of rising gas prices and are looking for ways to cut down on their fuel costs. One way to reduce your gas consumption is by purchasing a more fuel-efficient car. Fuel economy ratings provide information on how much fuel a car will use, in miles per gallon, over 100 miles. The higher the number, the better for your wallet. But there are solutions to this issue. First and foremost, start using your vehicle more efficiently by switching out your worn-out tires and taking advantage of incentives like our one-time $0 installation price. This step alone will protect you from future price hikes by ensuring you only pay the lowest gas prices in your area. This, by itself, is not enough. But it mitigates a part of the problem instantly. Let's understand the causes to this global problem. How rising gas prices and inflation can impact your daily life. Gas prices are one of the most obvious and direct ways that inflation can impact your daily life. Gas prices are going up, and it's not just because of the recent hurricanes. Inflation is also a factor in this increase. When gas prices go up, it impacts how we spend our money on other things. Rising gas prices and inflation can impact your daily life in many ways. Gas prices affect people in many ways. It is not always a good thing to have higher gas prices, but it can be helpful for the environment and your wallet. Higher gas prices will make you more aware of how much fuel you are using and what you are spending on it. This awareness can help you save money on fuel costs and make better decisions about how to use your vehicle. Gas prices go up when there is an increase in demand for gasoline or when the cost of oil increases because of other factors such as geopolitical conflicts that disrupt oil production or natural disasters that destroy oil rigs. Gas prices have been steadily climbing for the past few weeks. The average price of a gallon of gas is now $4.979, with no end in sight. This is not just a local problem. Gas prices are on the rise globally. The price of gas is forecast to increase by about 1 cent per gallon in the near future. This is due to a number of factors, but with the most notable being the increased demand for oil and gas. But it doesn't end there. The stock market is in turmoil as well. The plummeting stock prices of major oil companies are just one example. With all this uncertainty, it's hard to know what will happen next with gas prices or even if they will go back down again soon. This is a major increase that influences every person in the world, and is partly impacted by the war in the Ukraine. The price of gas keeps rising more each day, and it may be a little hard to get used to the new cost. The rising cost of gas impacts the cost of living because it increases transportation costs and makes people spend more money on gas. This leads to an increase in the price for goods and services, which contributes to inflation. There are some things that you can do today in order to avoid a financial crisis. 1. Pay off your credit card debt as soon as possible. This will help you get out of debt and avoid further interest charges. As the Fed gradually increases the federal funds rate, all loans will get more expensive, meaning that you need to try and reduce your monthly debt load as fast as possible. 2. Start an emergency fund with at least $1,000. This will help you cover unexpected expenses such as medical bills or car repairs. We learned this from Dave Ramsey, and this is a very good advice. 3. Get a side hustle or a second job, or even consider looking for a better paying job altogether. This will improve your income and help you pay off all your debts faster. How to deal with anxiety and worry when the stock market goes down. Investors are often faced with the question of how to deal with anxiety and worry when the stock market goes down. A bear market is a period of time where the stock market declines. This is usually followed by a period of recovery. A bull market is a period where the stock market rises. This is usually followed by a period of decline. There are many different strategies that investors can employ to help them remain calm during times of market volatility and when faced with a bear market. One way is to have a plan for what you will do in the event that your investments decline in value. This could be as simple as selling your investments if they drop by more than 10%. It is also important to remember that it can take time for stocks to recover from declines. The strategy of dollar cost averaging is a means of buying stocks over time, regardless of their market value. This strategy involves putting in more money when the market has been relatively stable, and less money when the markets are volatile. This strategy ensures that you will end up owning more shares at a lower price over time, which can be helpful for long-term investing. Let's go over an example which would illustrate this idea in a clear manner. An investor from the United States who was considering investing in hypothetical company ABC would purchase shares at $1,200 and then sell half of those shares at a later date when the price had gone down to $950. The investor would buy back another half of the shares at $1,150 and repeat this cycle over time. After 2 years, the shares are worth $1,600. This technique is not considered a margin trading strategy and is used by investors to help them smooth their investment portfolio without taking on excessive risk. In addition to these evergreen tips, we've collected 5 ways to survive a bear market during these turbulent times. Here are 5 ways to survive a bear market without losing your mind. Keep your head up and stay positive. Bad times never last. You may think everything is bleak at the moment. But things are ever changing. Markets fluctuate. It's their nature. Try to remember that and stay positive. Stay informed about what is going on in the markets. Knowledge is power. Try to always educate yourself about finance, geopolitics, and global trends. This will help you mitigate risk. Find other sources of income to supplement your income from investments. We cannot stress enough the importance of diversifying your income between various sources. In today's economical climate, it's imperative that you build additional income streams. Invest in yourself and make sure you have skills that are in demand, so that when the markets do recover, you will be able to take advantage of them. Again, knowledge is the key to everlasting success. You need to invest in your biggest asset, which sits right between your 2 ears, your mind. Stay diversified with your investments so that they don't all crash at once and leave you broke. You heard this advice time and time again: never put all of your eggs in one basket. It's true in life, and twice as true when we talk about investments. We hope this video helps those of you who stay up at night. If you're worried about the global inflation, we welcome you to this channel and suggest you check out other videos. You can subscribe to be notified when we upload new content. And don't forget to click on the notification bell. We'll see you on the next video.